Bike blogger here. Topic of the morning. It's early in the morning. Early in the morning. A bit of traffic on the highway there. Topic of the day. Topic of the day. Social media. Social media. If you're a cyclist, I want to know, what social media do you use? What kind of websites do you go to look up information on bicycle related stuff? Are there some online communities you use? I'm curious because in the past I've always used different forums. Forums are still kind of a thing, I guess, nowadays with niche stuff, you know, unique or very specific stuff. So there are cycling message boards, or bulletin boards as they used to be called, online. It is a little bit depressing that things kind of began very much, I wouldn't say private, but things on the internet used to be, you know, I'm talking back at least 90s, you know, at least the late 90s. Things used to be a lot more open, I guess. Or it's a cyclist coming. He's behind me. He's behind me. He's a little ways behind me. So yeah, things used to be more open, or what is the word I'm looking for? It used to be kind of more non-corporate. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Let's go left here. Gotta head west. Woo. Oh, it's a little cold too. I'm still wearing short sleeves, but it's mid-October and it's kind of chilly around 5 a.m. which it is 5 a.m. It is actually 5 a.m. It's so early. So early. And I did not get a ton of sleep last night, but it's all right. We'll sleep at work. We'll sleep at work. No. Anyway, yeah, things are so corporate now. You know, you got Google and YouTube. You got Amazon. You got Facebook. I don't know if Apple has a social media site. It's probably apple.com or something. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised I don't know, I'm not a very big Apple fan. I don't buy any of their products, but I'm kind of surprised they don't have their own social media thing. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. Let's wait here a second. It's a couple cars. I'm actually changing a light here, so I'm just gonna go straight since I made that guy stop over there in the middle of the morning. Or early morning. Reddit, that's another one. Reddit, I think R-E-D-D-I-T, Reddit, I think that's kind of replaced forums or message boards, whereas message boards kind of replaced a thing called Usenet, news groups, where people would just talk on there, and it wasn't actually even a website, really. I'm not gonna go into the details of what that is, news groups and whatnot. You probably don't know what I'm talking about unless you're, you know, in your 30s or 40s or older. Old internet. But yeah, nowadays things are just completely out of, you know, the regular Joe, the average Joe's control, because all controlled by the big corporations. But anyway, there are still some forums online where you can find some useful information, because what I like about those is that there's like a paper trail. You know, you can look stuff up from, it's so creepy actually, you know. You can look up, let's go this way. You can look up, there's actually some like Halloween, I think I came through here another morning. Maybe it was last week, I don't know. They had some Halloween decorations up. At least those people do, no one else does really. Okay, look at that. Yeah. But you could look up stuff from written by people, you know, over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. And you can find it, I mean, you can find a kind of a clever trick. If you want to try to find information on anything really, you can search Reddit, but don't use Reddit. Use Google, type Reddit, and then whatever you're looking for, and you'll find discussions on it. Unfortunately, the way Reddit is organized, they have trees of conversation. People are able to upvote and downvote stuff, which is good and bad. There's pluses and minuses to all this stuff. But the thing that makes running a discussion board essentially so much easier nowadays is moderation, because all these big corporations, they have bots, and the bots are able to weed out some bad stuff, but they're also weed out good stuff, and you know, censorship and all that. But yeah, I don't know, but you can still find some forums, actually old-fashioned forums. The only disadvantage of these sort of things is you have to create often to engage in discussion, you have to create a online account with a password and a username, and you gotta do that for every website. So of course, if you have just a few major websites like you know, Reddit, YouTube, whatever, there used to be I looked this up, there used to be another video sharing website. It was called Vimeo, I think, not Venmo, but Vimeo, and it still exists, but it kind of went corporate, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. Their whole thing was HD, having higher definition stuff, and they're kind of trying to, you know, carve out a chunk of the market, competing with YouTube. How'd that work out for you? I don't think it worked out so good for them. I don't know. They still exist though, so I guess it worked out all right. They didn't get bought up or anything like that. At least not yet. Whew. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious if you're a cyclist, if you use the internet a lot, because I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think really active people who get outside or whatever a lot, and they're really busy and they're all about the, you know, the health stuff and everything. There's a lot of health nuts, health gurus and stuff online though, so I don't think that really affects anything. It's just I'm just curious where people are hanging out nowadays, because like I said, I can find a lot of info on bike related stuff online, and it's not like this stuff has really changed over the years, but a lot of the conversations I find, like I said, are 5-10 years old, you know. So I'm kind of wondering where all the conversations went, if they're on Facebook, you know, in a Facebook group. If you're kind of a little more mature like me, you might remember things called on the internet called web rings. A web ring was, I think, like a group of websites, all related content that were basically, let's make it right here, they're basically organized onto kind of like a single web page, so people could add their website to that web page and become part of the web ring. Although I think sometimes you had to be invited as a member to do this. And that's another thing. A lot of people used to have personal websites, their own websites. Nowadays, most people just have their own profiles, I think. You know, like on a Facebook or what are some of the other ones? WhatsApp, I think that's owned by Facebook, right? Instagram, I think, is owned by Microsoft. So yeah, it's just kind of a shame that everybody's, you know, unique personality or unique point of view on things and everything is all getting data dumped into these corporations and their servers, and they can do whatever they want with that information, generally make money off it, sell it, and Which there's nothing wrong with that. Capitalism, right? Nothing wrong with that. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Almost to work now. Yeah, it's a little chilly. Just a little chilly. Let's get in the left turn lane. I want to go up this way. Looks like we're gonna get stopped by a light. Early in the morning, getting stopped by a light. That's okay. It's all right. We'll wait it out. It's weird. The light is yellow. Oh, there we go. Huh. It's just a little confusing. All right, we got a left turn signal, so that guy's gonna have to wait for us. Wait for the cyclist. Wait for the cyclist. Whew. Yeah, so obviously you probably noticed since my last video, I've been cycling earlier in the morning just to beat the traffic and to kind of enjoy these nice, cool mornings up the hill, bike blogger. Up the hill, bike blogger. Because it's gonna be getting very cold in the morning. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the really early morning rides in the winter, but winter doesn't, you know, officially begin till the end of the year, right? It does seem like the seasons have been kind of following, you know, the solstice and equinox a little bit more accurately in recent years, it seems like, even though the climate's kind of out of whack. Although we could use some rain. We haven't had a lot of rain lately around where I live. Slowing down. Big truck. Big truck. Let's follow the big truck. Let's follow the big truck. Well, anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this bike ride to work today. Get out there, ride your bike, and we'll see you next time on the Bike Blogger channel. Bike Blogger channel. On YouTube. On YouTube.